Hi guys, it's Christy from Scrappin' 5 Little Cupcakes, and today I wanted to show you this card. I made a Z-fold card, and I had told you guys last week that I would show you how to make it. It's super simple and super cute, and it fits into a regular A2 size envelope. So let's get started. Okay, first off, you're going to need a sheet of cardstock, and you're going to want to cut it at 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, and so I ended up using a darker cardstock that I used instead of in this card. I used a darker cardstock because I had ran out of my light cardstock. Okay, so then the next step is, let's do our next step, which is scoring. So let's switch to our scoring blade, and we're going to score at 2 3/4, and we're going to score at 5 1/2, and that will make our Z. And I need to grab my bone folder here. Okay, so we'll have it like that. Let me set that aside for 1 second, just so I can cut the layers. We're going to cut each layer. And then I actually made a card where I had like a little top layer, and then I had a little, what was it called? A nail polish that went here. So if you want to dress it up more, I just figured since it's a little card for a little boy that it didn't need to be fancy. So, and then you don't really see the inside either, but I just thought it would be kind of cute, just plain, because I love this robot paper. So I decided I would make another one so that I can lift it on Etsy. So now you cut your top layer at, totally forgot, I blinked out. It's not 4 1/4, you cut it at 4 1/8, I believe. Let me double check though. Oh, I did that last time too. I forgot to switch out my blade. The last time I was making this card, I did the exact same thing. Alright, when you do that, it kind of gives it a jagged edge, which I don't really care for, so I think I'm going to go a little bit closer because I don't want that jagged edge on there. So, alright, take that off there. Alright, so now we're going to do it at 2, oh, you know what? It says I have it here at almost 4 inches. So let's just leave it like that. So a little bit under 4 1/8. And then we're going to do it at 2 1/2. So we're going to do 2 pieces of paper at 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. Okay, so both of those are our front and our middle layer. And those are 2 1/2 by a little bit under 4 inches. And then our next layer is going to be 5 1/4 by a little bit under 4, or a little bit over 4, I'm sorry. Alright, and now we can set that aside. That's why I wanted to do that, to get that out of the way. So we have all of our layers, and then I pre-cut my center layer, and I cut that at 3 1/2 for the big sheet, all square, and 3 1/4. And then for my front layer, I did it at 3 1/2 and then 3 1/8. On my card here, I did it 3 1/4, but for some reason I was thinking it was 3 1/8 when I cut my orange piece of paper, so that's what it's cut at. Alright, so let's score the center. So now the center cut, you want to bring it back towards yourself and score. And then the middle cut, or the middle score mark, you want to bring it back away from yourself and score. So then you have a Z-fold. Super simple. Alright, then you're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to put some ATG on it, or your adhesive, whatever you have. You don't have to use ATG. I actually just got an ATG gun not too long ago, if you're new. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to put our, put our center together. So remember that this square, the large square is cut at 3.5, and the center square is cut at 3.25. All right, so then we're just gonna, since I made this card already, I'm gonna stick it down in the center, but sometimes if I know that, see, I can just stick it here and I know that it's gonna be okay, because you know it's not gonna, I know I'm not gonna have it stick out in the front because this will cover it up. But sometimes I will do this as a different shape. Like in this card, I made it a circle. So I only did it so that you couldn't see it from this part at all, the inside layer. I made it just a tiny little place to write. So you can make the front layer any size you want, but you just want to make sure that this layer in the inside doesn't show. It doesn't really matter per se, but for my preference, I don't like it to show. So now we're going to put some ATG on it. And I am almost out of tape, and I ordered yesterday more adhesive on eBay, and hoping that it will get me through. They shipped it today, and it said it was shipped priority, so I'm crossing my fingers that it will be here, because I have a lot of projects that I'm trying to get done. And if I don't have tape, I'm going to be in big old trouble. Alright, and I just realized I do not have a blue square piece of paper for my sentiment. But, you know what, I might make do and do gray this time instead. Okay, so I got my cord on there, and I just bought this cord at the dollar store. I've been wanting the regular hemp, but I found it at the dollar store, and I figured I would make do with what that is for now, so. Alright, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment. This is from my pink stampers, Robin's, new everyday stamps. Sorry, I can't talk and I'm trying to stamp. Too much concentration on that one. Okay, my last card, I inked all of the edges. Well, this one I forgot to ink the edges because I was talking, so I didn't finish that. So I'm going to just, normally I use my trimmer, but today I'm just going to eyeball it like so, and then eyeball it on the top and trim it. Alright, that actually worked out pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on here. And where I popped up, oh yeah. I actually ended up using these. They're leftover Pop-Dots from a different pack of Pop-Dots. Put a button down, and I just strung some hemp through my button. Well, and with the hemp, I used Pop-Dots instead of, normally I just use glue dots. So then you just put your little Pop-Dot and you stick it down. Easy, easy, easy. Alright, so there's that. And then I'm just going to put some ATG on the back here, and I found that I don't even have to put anything, on my cording to hold it in place, because I just put my ATG down and it holds it in place. See. Alright, so now all you do is you just line it up like so. You know what? I just did that wrong. I'm going to have to fix that. You're not supposed to put it all the way to on that side too, so I'm going to have to fix that. I'll have to put a piece of paper over it or something. Not a big deal. So I probably will end up putting just like a little sheet of paper. Maybe I'll do this. Actually, that is what I will do. I'm just going to do this. Pull this back off a little bit. Can't believe I just did that. I've never done that before. You're supposed to only put the ATG on one side. And I'll just trim this little piece of paper off here. Like so. So now on the inside, it has that. Alright, so here's my card. And I just put that little piece of paper on the back there to fix my boo-boo, but hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. Bye.